Hello, I'm JW, and a short video here about these plugs. These are actually made by MK, and that's a rather grubby and disgusting one. And I've got a selection of them on the table here, so let's have a closer look. Now, I've got 6 of these plugs here, and so they're all made by MK. This is a fairly recent example here. See, it's got those sleeved pins there, so that if it's only half into the socket, then you can't actually contact any of the live metal there. The pin is unsleeved. And these are made in a variety of different styles, mainly just without changing the lid. And there's a couple of examples here. This particular one is from Granada TV Rentals, where you would rent your television. And of course, they supplied a plug with it with their own logo on, mainly to stop people stealing the plug and using it on other things, although quite how successful that was is another story. And you can also get a load of these with the BBC logo on the back. They're quite common. I don't have one just here. And again, there's another example of another logo on the back there. You can go and look up what that one actually refers to at a later time. And so they're all basically the same design, and you can actually still buy these today. And there's another one here which is a bit grubby, but it shows the logo a bit more clearly there. Now, before this design was manufactured, they generally look like this, and so you've got a few different styles here. And again, the back is incredibly similar. These don't have the sleeve pins, they're just bare metal. This one has some big chunks missing out of the corners for some inexplicable reason, but again, very similar design. And the main difference is you've got the cord grip as a flat bar which screws in, whereas these don't have it. So it's just a sort of press between type of arrangement. And this is an older one which is a bit narrower in the body. And again, on the back it's pretty much the same unsleeved pins and the bar type grip with the 2 screws there. Now this is actually missing a bit of red plastic in there, which would move to point to the either 3, 13 or 7 amp rating, depending on which fuse you fitted inside. And so all the ones of this age are unsleeved, and of course it's just the bare copper there, or brass in this case. And of course when you put that in the socket, then of course it could leave a bit of metal exposed if you were to put that in the socket and then sort of shove your fingers around the side in a stupid fashion, but obviously who would do that? Now, it's generally the case that all of these have the sleeve pins, as these are more modern design. I'm not entirely sure when these were introduced, but sleeve pins were a requirement for the sort of mid-1980s, although MK were actually making these with sleeve pins well before that, so that's a fairly modern design, and you can still say buy those. And it's generally the case that these ones did not have the sleeve pins on, simply the fact they were made considerably before that, and of course it wasn't a requirement, so of course nobody bothered. So other than that, of course, the pins are exactly the same size and shape. However, we've got one over here which, although it looks the same as this one, and it is actually the same style body, you will notice it's considerably thicker in the body there, and you could get some of these with a little switch in the top, although that doesn't happen to be one of these. And this does have sleeve pins of a totally different design, so sort of there they are, and just compare that to the other variety there. See, the pins are the same size and length and everything. Of course, these have massive round plastic sleeves over them, and the idea here is that when you put it in the socket, just putting it in the socket would cause those things to retract away into the body of the plug there. And of course, if it was only sort of inserted halfway, then that would be on a spring and of course close up any gap, so you couldn't get your fingers in there and get a shock from it. Other than that, it's exactly the same body, so it's just a bit deeper there to accommodate the sprung sleeved pin mechanism. Now, quite how many of these were made is not clear. I would guess not very many, and this is not the kind of thing you're just going to find laying about anywhere. And I can't imagine many people buying this, because clearly this would have cost considerably more than the equivalent sort of non-sleeved variety. So unless you were particularly bothered about safety, then I can't see that many people would have actually bought this. And of course it wasn't a requirement at the time, and this probably doesn't comply with the modern ones either, because no doubt the standards specify that it's that kind of sleeving which you can't remove, unlike this one, of course, which in theory you could sort of jam a screwdriver in and pry it back and then kill yourself if you were that way inclined. So there's the MK sleeved plug, but say considerably older, and certainly a fairly rare item there. So until next time, thanks for watching.